we're gonna have to run that mower again. Pick up the hay. It sure was high. At least, finally got it mowed. Most of it anyway, before it rained again. It looks like it drying back out. Oh, y'all caught me out in the yard. It's been a while since y'all caught me out in the yard, you know, by driving by. I can't remember when last time was. But it's always good to see you, friends and family. So, for those of you who've been with us for any length of time, you'll know we're out here by the giant elderberry. Yeah. We're out here looking, see what the birds are leaving us. Because it's always a challenge and a fight with the birds to get anything. And you'd think we'd get plenty off of this, wouldn't you? Well, let's see. So, as you can see right here, what's happening? Yep, there's plenty of them elderberries still on there, but plenty are missing. Why? The birds, they just love these to death. Oh yeah. They'll eat them while they're green, while they're turning. And this is a black elderberry. And you won't see many black ones before the birds have them. You might hear some birds in the background when we're not running our mouth. But yeah, we might get a few. But one thing I don't mind, and we'll step back and show you, this thing's massive. It must go up, oh, nearly 20 feet with a spread of, who knows, probably a good 20 feet or more too. With all this rain that we've been having, it's been a virtual jungle around here. And as you can see, grass got a little out of hand. And when we mowed it, it was down below these grass clippings here. Now it's already above again. And we mowed this on Monday. Today's Thursday. I think it's July the 29th. Don't hold me to it, okay? And because of the way it's been raining, we haven't been able to get on the shop and get it all cleared away, or even get our burn piles burnt. Nope, not with it raining every day. And this is going to show you just what it's been like. You see our wheelbarrow here? Yeah. It's sort of our unofficial rain gauge. And that thing's over, that's a contractor's wheelbarrow. To put it in perspective, you know, there's my hand. So it's like one hand, 1.5 hands high. I'd say right there in the low point, it's probably about 13, 14 inches or more deep. And pretty much full to the top. And it's even evaporated off some from yesterday. And we were lucky enough that it didn't rain Sunday. You know. And then it didn't rain Monday. And it was still rather wet, the yard was. Rather swampy. But I went ahead and decided to start mowing. Woo, I'm glad I did. Because come Tuesday, we had some more. And I've been getting behind, so I wanted to get her going on. And I got to clean out around the oak. Because here again, with all the rain, everything is growing, like I said, like a jungle. Now you're going to notice something missing that was sitting here. Well, It was sitting here till last Sunday. And that was my Cub Cadet lawnmower. And I'd been thinking about selling it because really didn't need to. And the old Cub Cadet needed some work. And I went ahead and bought things to do the work. You know, new battery, tune-up kit, oil, stuff like that. And I was going to do it this week. But a man stopped by. He attends this church behind me. He came over, knocked on the door Sunday afternoon, and he asked me, did I want to sell it? I said, well, funny you should mention that. I have been thinking about it, maybe. So he told me he didn't have a mower no more. His broke. It was old and wore out. And he was really in bad need of one. And what did I want for it? And I sort of had in mind what I wanted for it. That wasn't a cheap mower. But like I said, it needed a few things. Carburetor cleaned, blade sharp, you know, oil change like I said. And stuff. Other than that, only had 28 hours on it. Virtually brand new. But I'd had it for several years. It suited me fine. But with two, did I need two? No, I didn't. Got the Troy built right there. Works just fine. And that. So I told him make me an offer. He said, well, you tell me what you want. I had to ponder like I say on that a little while. And it finally come to me, sort of like a voice in the back of my head. And I know this is going to be darn cheap to a lot of y'all. I said, well, $300, and it's yours. Well, you know, people got to haggle, even though that was some more kind of deal. He said, well, all I got is $240. Well, I told him, I really sort of want $300 minimum. I think that's more than reasonable. I said, you know, when you got it, it'll be sitting there. When you got it, come on back. Because he said he had to go talk to his wife. Well, I didn't no more get that door closed than he was right back. He said, well, here's $300. I'll take it. I sort of giggled. And he backed up his truck and loaded it up. And off he went with a smile on his face. Whew. And made me feel good. And I know I lost money on the deal. But maybe I gained something else. You know, I was watching a movie the other night called The Book of Eli. Some of y'all may recognize it. And what the book was, we'd all come to find out towards the end of the movie, was it was the last remaining copy of the King James Version of the Bible left on the face of the planet. Yeah. For reasons of war and pestilence. All other copies had been burnt and destroyed. And one thing Denzel Washington brought up towards the end was when his traveling companion asked him about the book and why it was so important to him and why he risked his life for it all this time, was he said, well, the thing I got out of it most was do more for others than you do for yourselves. And I'm telling you, that hit me right on top of the head. And I had to come, pause the movie, sit down a bit, and ponder what he just said. Because, my friends, that is so true. Oh, imagine the world where we would always heed those simple words. Can you look at that beautiful flower? Whew, I know it's bright sunshiny, and I hope this camera is doing it justice. That is simply beautiful. Not sure what it is. It's growing on an old wild cherry tree. The bamboo's coming back, but so is everything else. Once fall temperatures get here, cools down a bit, the old man and Sawzall and that are gonna get in here, and we're gonna try to whack everything down except the bamboo. We'll give it a try once and see if we can get this bamboo coming back where it'll shade out everything. Once upon a time it did. That may be impossible now, but we're gonna give it the old college try. Well, crepe myrtle's starting to bloom some. Not sure if you can see it way out there. That thing's huge and in bad need of trimming. That too will be coming. Probably late fall, early winter. You know? But just for your information, it's around 11. You know? The actual temperature in the shade, where it's supposed to be measured, is 93. And we're at 70% humidity. And right before I came out, it was said and showed on my computer that equates to 113 heat index. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to stay out of that blazing sun out there. I'm trying. Yep, as I walk around and check things. Now, I ate one pig yesterday, and I had one other that was almost ready. And you see it right there. Almost. So I said, I'll leave it for today, and I'll share it with all of y'all. Now, this is my birdie friends. And guess what? Today, yep, they beat me to it. I thought in the back of my head I should have just went and got it yesterday evening, but I wanted to share it. So, not only I, but all of y'all. We lost our one pig. But there's more. And guess who's with me? Who's making a special appearance? Cleo. Cleo. Are you my baby? Cleo. I didn't even see you down there. Yep. Ready for a new collar? Right. Oh, don't get me. Your claws are sharp, sharp, sharp. Yep. You love your papa? You do? I love you too. Yep. Cleo's with us this morning, making our walkabout. Yep. LaTanya over here, I'm just amazed at how this regrew. My son and I, we cut it all the way back to the ground because it was dead as a doornail from that extremely low temps we got this late winter. Killed it all the way back. Now, I thought it was done. Well, as you can see, it's far from done. And it's still blooming. That's what I truly love about it. It just keeps on giving. You come out here early enough, before that sun gets up, you'll see hummingbirds dancing all across these blossoms. Beautiful sight it is. But there's so many other little insects, wasps, honeybees, that love it just as much as I do. And Cleo does, because she likes to get underneath it and shade. Don't you, Cleo? Yep. Spooky. You come out here too? You ain't gonna venture out in the sun, are you? Nope. No sun for you, huh? It must be tough on a black kitty. Yep. Oh yeah, Cleo. I got enough love for both of you. Speedy too. And occasionally Elrod. And of course Gracie. You don't want to get close to Cleo, do you, Spooky? Nope, when Cleo's around, she's the queen. Aren't you, Cleo? We're back to sitting on my feet again, huh? Keep Dad from going anywhere. There you are, Speedy. I knew you'd make a presence. Do not get in the road. Talking to her. Cleo, I gotta walk. Talking to her doesn't do any good. Oh. And we've been picking blueberries. Blueberries, and more blueberries. It's gotten to the point where I've almost said, even though I know it'll be hard for many of y'all to believe, whew, we're about blueberried out. I'd hate to know how many I've eaten fresh, how many I've picked and put up, and I'm still picking. Still eating by the handfuls. I gotta come out here probably this evening, and I gotta pick, several bowls more. And it's nearly the end of July. They're still tasty. Okay? So I definitely recommend, if you want to put something in that's pretty, doesn't take a whole lot of care, it's super healthy for you, I definitely plant some blueberries somewhere as edible landscape. Just saying. Yep, they're tasty. Last thing we're going to look at is the start of our what we're going to call our midsummer to late summer into the fall garden bed. And I know many of y'all seen these tomatoes going in, and they were sickly, all suffering from a Spatoria leaf spot, and that they look pretty horrible, and most people would have just chunked them. But I went ahead and treated them with that hydrogen peroxide, and as you can see, they're hanging on in there. Got some new growth right there. New growth starting to pop in a lot of different places. And this is a better boy bush, so these suckers in between the branches, I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to let it bush. And even this here section down here, close to the ground, as long as we periodically treat it with hydrogen peroxide spray that I talked to you about and showed you. And I'll link that video on the end screen So when this one's over and you want to watch it, you can watch it too. Maybe it'll teach you something. Maybe not. But this was the second one over here that we stuck in. It looked just as bad. And it's coming along nicely too. Even got something new popping out right down there at what was a leaf crotch. And then right there beside it is a volunteer tomato plant. Yes, it surely is. And we're going to keep it. But this is also a bush better boy. This evening I'm going to go ahead and get these tied. So in case a strong wind comes by, don't get them. I mean, we've had some strong winds and it still ain't knocked them down, but yeah, they've grown a couple of inches now since we stuck them in the ground. And I'm thinking they're about to take off. And once they do, they can get away from you really quick. Now we also got these two others stuck in the ground. And right here is a heat master. Yep. And these are heat tolerant tomatoes. And in this blazing sun, I don't have no clue how hot it is. I know it's burning my skin. And that one's holding up. And we got another one right over here that's looking just a little bit wilted. It's been doing that a little each day, a little less each day since I put these in a couple of days back. And like I say, they're both heat masters. So that'll give me 4. And I still got my cherry tomato. Of course, I got that little volunteer coming up. I'll probably, once it gets a little bit larger, sneak it out, stick it in a pot, start growing it out to stick up in by the old clothesline pole plant. Yep. So that's basically all we got growing now. We got more plans for this bed. Cucumbers, peppers, yep, beans. I don't know what else as the season progresses. But as it progresses throughout the summer and throughout the fall and the winter, it will continuously get something placed on in it. But right now we're just going to concentrate on keeping what we got alive. Because like I say, it's now super hot. And you might have noticed the dark areas around those plants. Even with all the rain, I still come out and water in the mornings. Because that perks them up a little bit. I'm gonna grab a few more blueberries while I'm out here. I know. Can't ever have enough, right? Yeah. Plenty to do. I got my weed whacker batteries charging. That's next on the agenda. And then we'll have to see what else is on the list. Pardon me while I eat some blueberries. Woo. But you can see clear blue skies with a light breeze. But just that walkabout and talk about with all of y'all. I don't know if you can see it out there. That small orange butterfly feasting on the Latanya. Oh, we talked about her. Now she's gone. I don't know if you could pick that up. Oh, she's back. Must be camera shy. I told you. Butterflies love it. She keeps fluttering off. Then she comes back. Sorry I didn't zoom in there. Anywho, it's really hot. Even though it's only 70% humidity. Yep, just that small walk. Now I'm already starting to glisten. And you might notice the kitties are not up on the porch with me. Cleo, she's underneath the Latanya. Speedy and Spooky are underneath the holly. Over by the driveway. Yeah. I'm sure Elrod's in the air conditioning. Same way with Magoo, which I saw. He escaped. He was here not last night, night before last. And he done got skittish a little bit. But he still knows old Papa Tom. Well, I said none of the kitties were here. And here they come. Spooky's coming up. He's probably gonna sit on the porch steps with me. Yep, he is. And Speedy's coming. They just had to give me time to see if I was gonna sit here a while. So, other than that, you know, we gotta do our trimming. We're not gonna be doing a lot out in this heat. I do what I can for a few hours in the morning until like now. It's way too hot. We're going in. Y'all guys finding it a cool place? Is it cool there, Spooky? Speedy, she's gonna get underneath the bush. Okay. Y'all chill. Glad to have you with me. Love you. So yeah, it's way too hot to stay out here and work during the middle of the day heat. And my heart goes out to people who are out there right now working for the highway department, emergency, medical technicians, EMTs, construction workers, what have you, farm workers, migrant workers. Can you imagine? You think about it for a minute. Would you like to be out here right now during the midday? 112 heat index, and it won't be cooling off till around 6:30, 7 o'clock, which is when again I come back out. Even though the mosquitoes are so thick you can't hardly keep them off you. Like last night, came out, did my evening water, checked on things, of course fed the kitty crew their evening chow. You know, they're probably the only kitties on the face of the planet that get breakfast, lunch, and supper. Yeah, just saying. Maybe some of y'all's do. And they expect it. And that's okay. They've helped me get through this period in my life, just like all of y'all have. Now I got Cleo under my feet too, and of course you might have heard her. She hissed, and Spooky's going back, or not Spooky, but Speedy is going back under the bush. Such is life when you got the queen. Yep. But I love them all. So I'm going to leave you with that. Think about the people. Right now, today, every day, they're out having to endure these temperatures. I'm sure I left some off. I do apologize. But they're out there. And there was a time when I was out there with them. I can't do it no more. I'll just be plain and honest. I guess I could if I forced into it. but I don't know how long I can hang. I'm grateful right now I don't have to, and I thank God for that. So y'all, maybe down in the comments, you'll tell me where you're at with your garden plantings. I'm sure you got way more than I got. Yep, I'm sure of it. And I do hope you've been successful this year. Until Gracie, who's in air-conditioned luxury in the house because she ain't coming outside, Speedy, Spooky, and Cleo, sometimes Elrod and Magoo, see you on the next video. Y'all take care out there. Stay safe. And God bless each and every one of you as you bless others. Goodbye for now. Cleo, did you chase Speedy off? That's not nice. We all understand you're the queen. She's the princess. You don't care, do you? No. I'm your papa. Right, Spooky? Well, if Cleo's the queen, then you gotta be the king. No, you're just a prince. I hear you. I feel your pain. Couldn't ask for more loyal kitties. I've actually never had dogs that were this loyal. Whew, it's a beautiful day. Even though it's sweltering hot. I'll take it. Thank you, Father. Later, all.